In fact, it barred you from holding public office on account of irregular procurement of printing contract to De La Rue. I'm sure you remember that. It went further to recommend for serious investigations into your conduct, and that if criminal culpability would be established, should be taken to court and charged. You may want to update us on what became of this. That is very important. 2 is the issue of irregular sale of the Grand Regency Hotel in 2008, whilst you were at the helm of the Central Bank of Kenya. A report by the Commission of Inquiry into the sale of the Grand Regency Hotel, that was chaired by Justice Coker, as he was known then, found you guilty of flouting procurement rules. It also went ahead to accuse you of lacking transparency, honesty, good faith, and of other unprofessional actions. Serious accusations that, if you juxtapose with the tenets, the requirements of Chapter 6 of the Constitution and the Article 10 of the Constitution on values and principles of governance, then you would even wonder why you are before us, before clearing your name. It would be a travesty of justice and democracy and fairness. But I leave it at that. Yes.
Yes, Junet.
Thank you, Chair, for this opportunity. Chair, I want to put to the nominee that in 2011, the year 2011, when you were the CBK governor, Professor Ndung'u, Parliament investigated you for collusion with commercial banks to weaken the Kenya shilling, which became the worst performing currency in the world then. Your failure to protect the shilling, coupled with your monetary policies, saw massive repatriation of US dollars from Kenya to money markets which collapsed the money market in the Kenyan territory, the Kenyan shilling. Even a Reuters, this survey, named you as one of the least effective bankers in Africa. With all these failures, what makes you so attractive to preside over Kenya's economy during even these harder times? And also, there is the issue of the collapsed Imperial Bank, Professor. The shareholders revealed in court filings that your spouse, Nancy Ndung'u, exhorted the then managing director of the bank, the late Abdul Malik Jan Mohammed. The bank paid for a holiday in a luxurious hotel in Thailand. When these things came to light, you were in a hurry to liquidate the bank and cover up your role. That's the accusation they're saying in court. What's your response to that? And lastly, since you left the CBK, Professor, things have changed in this country. There was a new constitution that came in place, and the budget making process was taken to Parliament. Parliament is the one that, through the Budget and Appropriation Committee, is the one that looks into the budget of the country. We have had scenarios before, people who occupied the office before you, that office you are seeking, that who are forcing Parliament without listening to the parliamentary budget department, forcing Parliament to do things in a certain way which have become counterproductive. And they want Parliament to rubber stamp everything that they prepare at the Treasury. What's your take? What is the role of Parliament in the budget making process? Thank you.
Professor, you can handle those mouthfuls.